your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Stephen Bowers.
All right, the World Series, the JUCO World Series is underway at Simplicio Field in Grand Junction, and this game just started less than 15 minutes ago. It's underway, but this game matters because the loser of that game is going to play against Blinn in that 2 o'clock game tomorrow. Now, overall, the weather holds up once again. It's going to be a little warmer tomorrow, though, than today has been, and certainly than yesterday was. Temperatures will climb into the middle and upper 80s tomorrow afternoon with 70s for that early 10 o'clock game. And then later in the week, we're going to get even hotter and hotter still over the weekend. Humidity is also going up. Now, we use humidity to measure how much moisture is in the air. Another way we can do that is with dew points. And to compare and contrast, humidity is dependent on both the air temperature and the moisture content of the air. Dew points, the temperature doesn't matter. It's all about moisture content. So we're going to go with that number, and typically we're in the teens to maybe 20s. And tomorrow's about typical of where we should be. You go to Florida or Texas, they have dew points often in the 70s. And sometimes even low 80s on some especially humid days. Now, this does not get to Florida and Texas levels by any stretch of the imagination, but it does get high enough that we are likely to feel the difference here over the next couple of days as our dew points climb really into the upper 30s and lower 40s. These are 6 a.m. dew points, and there are going to be times when the dew point temperatures do climb into the lower 40s, at least in some areas. That's warm enough to, or it's high enough, I should say, to feel it. But it's also something that is going to affect your swamp cooler. If you cool the inside of your home with a swamp cooler, you add moisture to the atmosphere. Evaporation, which the swamp cooler relies on, doesn't happen as readily. So what's going to happen is your swamp cooler is not going to cool the inside of your house as effectively. And as that's happening, we're climbing toward 100 degrees this weekend. Now, I don't expect that we'll make it to 100. Usually we don't until the end of June. That's the average first 100-degree day for Grand Junction. But it has happened as early as May the 29th back in 2000. And May the 29th is later this week. August the 8th is the latest first 100-degree day on record. And up to about a third of our years since 1893, by the way, never even made it to 100. So that is the years that have actually made it. Again, no showers have formed here locally. We have some showers over the mountains and some bigger storms out over the plains. All of that scoots to the east tonight, so we don't get any of that rain here in western Colorado. In fact, we're going to be nice and clear. Tomorrow we'll have some more clouds, maybe some showers over our nearby mountains in the afternoon and into the evening. More showers and storms up over the mountains and over to the plains as well. And then we're going to do this all over again looking ahead to Thursday as the clouds increase and we get those scattered showers and storms up over the higher elevations. The valleys mostly will stay dry, but I don't want to completely rule out that potential for maybe 1 or 2 showers to stray away from the valleys. For now, we're dry and likely staying that way this evening. 79 degrees is our temperature at the airport right now. We may be able to manage 81, but the general rule is cooling through the 70s here over the next few hours. Low temperatures by morning will be near 55 degrees at Grand Junction. 40s are a little more common outside of the Grand Valley, however, and then tomorrow, middle and upper 80s are common for those high temperatures, and maybe even 90 degrees can happen on some backyard thermometers in Grand Junction and Delta. But I'm forecasting 89 tomorrow with more upper 80s around Grand Junction on both Wednesday and Thursday. We'll warm into the lower and middle 90s on Friday and Saturday with that increasing humidity, and up to 98 degrees can happen on Sunday. Monday's a little cooler with a chance for some showers. We've got some time to watch that for you between now and then. Expect 83 degrees in Montrose tomorrow. Low to mid 80s are in the forecast through Friday, and then it's closer to 90 on Saturday and likely in the lower 90s come Sunday. In Delta, your high tomorrow will be near 89 degrees, and we'll keep upper 80s in the forecast. For Wednesday and Thursday, expect 92 on Friday, 96 on Saturday, and then a toasty 97 degrees for Sunday. And in Cortez, you're up to the 82-degree mark tomorrow. Then 83 will follow on Wednesday. We'll be in the mid to upper 80s on Thursday and Friday with lower 90s in the forecast this weekend.